Assalamu alaikum. My name is Rajab Imran and I am a first year MBBS student at CMH Kharian Medical College. Here I am representing DynaMite MDCAT and I will share how I joined Pak Army as a medical cadet. So, to join Army Medical College, you have three opportunities. First, you can join Army Medical College as a NUMS cadet. Secondly, you can join as a pink cadet. And thirdly, you can join as a medical cadet. So, I got 1050 marks in FSC and 181 marks in MDCAT. Initially, I didn't have any experience what's the Army Medical College test and how you join it as a medical cadet. So, during my MDCAT preparation, some of my friends were willing to give AMC test, and from them I got the idea. And I was not willing to join AMC initially, but later I was influenced by my friends and I applied at the last date for Army Medical College. I applied at 25th July and my test was on 8th August. That is aptitude test, which is the initial test of AMC. In the initial test, I didn't prepare well because I was focusing on my MDCAT. So I just watched 2 to 3 videos of verbal and non-verbal intelligence from Pro Genius Students channel at YouTube, and from there I got the experience. I was much concerned about my medical and physical test because I was not that much physically and medically physically fit. So I was preparing for my physical much, and I used to do push-ups and pull-ups daily, and used to do running in the ground, and I was concerned much more about that. So academic portion was not a big deal for me, and physical was more challenging. So for my initial test, I was confident I would ace it because my mental maths was good. So for verbal and non-verbal intelligence, I watched 2 to 3 videos, and for academic portion, I was not sure that from which portion more questions will be asked because there is not specific syllabus about AMC test, because whole syllabus of first and second is included in AMC of physics, biology, chemistry, and English. So the test comprises of three parts: verbal intelligence, non-verbal intelligence, and academic portion. For verbal intelligence, there are 85 MCQs and 30 minutes. Same goes for non-verbal intelligence. There are 76 MCQs, I guess, and the time limit is also very limited. I guess 30 minutes for that. And for academic portion, which counts the most, its marks are 50, and time allotted is also 50 minutes. And after that you will have to solve a personality test, but you will not be granted any marks, and you will have to just pass these tests. You should not have to get so much good grades, but for final merit you must score good. But they don't disclose any result whether you have got how many marks. They just say that you have successfully passed. And yes, first when you attempt verbal intelligence or non-verbal intelligence, if you qualify one test, then you'll be allowed to attempt a second. And unfortunately, if you fail in single test, you will just say that you have failed the test and you will have to leave that exam hall. After the clearance of initial test, I was given date of my medical, which was the day after tomorrow. So on 10th or 11th of August, I had my medical test in which my VN, my weight, my chest was made, and height, etc. were made, and other physical parameters. The result of medical test is announced on the very same date, and then they will allot you the date for the physical test. On a specific date, I guess 15th of August, I went to the racecourse cricket stadium, and my physical test was held there. And there were 5 to 6 different kind of tests, and you have to pass each and every test. And the most important was running and push-ups. Many of the students were skipped from the push-ups because they were unable to do that. And after the physical test is qualified, they will give you a form which will be actually your roll number slip, and there will be stamps on them that you have qualified both thrice of the tests. And there you will get a form, and you will have to fill that form carefully. And it is an important advice that do take pictures of that form, for it matters most for your interview. Most of the questions are asked from your form, biodata form. And fill each section of the form carefully, because it will be submitted to the GHQ and it will be of great importance in your final selection. After the clearance of this test, I got great motivation and it set a new path for me to ace the MDCAT. So I started preparing for my MDCAT and NUMS test, and Alhamdulillah, it secured 181 marks out of 200 in Sazab MU MDCAT 2023. So it was a great motivation for me, and it helped me a lot to ace my MDCAT. Because I thought I knew that if I could clear this test, then inshallah I will be able to succeed in the further tests also. In the month of September, there was a shortlisting in which the candidates who had qualified the initial tests were selected for the interview. So the date of my interview and personality test was 1st and 2nd of November. On the 1st November, I had my personality test, and on the consecutive day, I had my interview at RE Medical College by GHU Selection Board. So personality test comprises of word association test, sentence completion, picture stories, pointer stories, and an essay. And also you have to fill a form. It is a personal biodata form, and you should fill it carefully because it consists of all of your details. And there is no result announcement of personality test. On the next day, you have to appear in the interview, and your dress should be very formal, and you should prepare a good introduction. And I should say that you should have good hobbies also, because if you bluff there, you get caught. So you should have such hobbies over which you can debate. So first of all, when I entered the you can say room, I I sought permission, and after that I said, may I sit, sir? They said, yes, you can sit. Then he started interview. He said, introduce yourself. I introduced myself. Then I told my hobbies, over which he asked a few questions. And the most important question which is asked in interview is why you want to join RE Medical College, or what is your motivation, and why you want to become a doctor. So you should have good reasons for that. Also, another common question is asked at which in which sports you're interested, you play at which level. Or if you say that my hobbies are book reading, then they will say, which kind of books do you read, what is the last book have you read, which last book have you read. And whatever your hobby is, they will ask you a few questions, or they can just go through your personal biodata. So you should be confident there. Confidence matters the most. And further, luck also matters. So after the interview, the results announced on the very same day, and candidates who have cleared their interview, they are given the medical forms for final medical in nearby CMH. So after the clearance of final medical, you have to wait a lot, and there is no surety whether you will get a call letter or not. And you have to wait a lot. Like I had applied for my public sector medical colleges because I secured a seat in many medical colleges, and I applied for it because I was not sure whether I will be selected or not. So in the month of January, I guess 22nd January, I got my call letter, and my joining date was 22nd January in CMH Kharian Medical College. So uh, this was my experience at RE Medical College. And yes, one thing too important, while applying, you should carefully select that you are applying for MBBS all medical colleges, because there is a category of selecting the colleges of your preference. There will be RE Medical College, CMH Lahore, CMH Kharia, Multan, but you should select MBBS all medical colleges, because if you select that, there are more chances of your selection. And also that FSC marks also matter, but not to that extent, because the AMC's tests matter the most. Like personality test, interview, and the initial test matter the most. Also FSC, you should have a good percentage in FSC. Like I secured 1050 marks in FSC, and I secured second position in AJK board. And that was a benchmark for me during my interview, because I was asked a question whether you have secured position uh, in FSC with that marks or not. So you should secure good marks, and it should carry a good weightage in your final uh, report. So that was my experience. If you have any questions, you can drop a comment, and I will answer them.